no longer the home of Ty Lockett. He has been released by the Seattle Seahawks. He put out a very long letter to Seattle. He's obviously synonymous with that place for a lot of great ball. And now Tom Pelissero from NFL Network, The Arrow, is reporting that DK Metcalf has requested a trade. Okay, so that is Pittsburgh Steelers fan grunting with satisfaction there that DK Metcalf is potentially on the trade block. We've heard nothing from Schneider or the Seahawks whether or not that is true. And if he is available, once again, we have the Myles Garrett situation happening in Cleveland, and the Browns have only said he's not available. Tone, why'd you get so excited right there, brother?
Well, I mean, because the Steelers have been trying so hard to trade for a wide receiver the last 12 months. It has not happened. Many times. Cooper Kupp, Ayuk, it's just go through all of them. Metcalf has been on the Steelers fans' wish list for a little bit now, and now that he is requesting a trade, not saying it's going to happen, I'm not saying he's going to get traded, but at least my hopes are ready to get crushed again.
I want to let you know, you're not the only one. I look over at the talks table, both guys are like, yeah. Connor's like, be a great Patriot, Ty, like great Packer in this entire thing. That's a big name.
Yeah, at the Combine, a bunch of reports came out that the Packers have already, it ended up being false, but there's a lot of smoke that the Packers have already engaged a little bit with the Seahawks trying to get DK Metcalf. The rumor was that they've already offered like a first-round pick for him and maybe like a potential one of their other young receivers. I don't know if that's actually true, but I would assume that the Packers will be very aggressive in trying to get a guy like DK Metcalf if he's available.
Yeah, I think last year as well and 2 years ago, DK has always been kind of one of those guys that any time he's available, it's like, hey, let's go get him. Right now with New England, the big news with wide receivers is A.J. Brown and Mike Vrabel doing the whole entire kind of reunion in that Saquon deal. You know, if A.J. Brown were to be a little unhappy, wanted more money, or if they wanted to, bring back a Mekhi Becton or something like that. But, yeah, DK Metcalf, I think every single team who needs a wide receiver wants DK Metcalf.
Okay, so that's Patriots, that's Packers, that's the Steelers. D-Butch, is he a guy that you should still feel that way if you're a fan base with how he has played as of late? Obviously, we know of the athlete that DK Metcalf is. 0% body fat, can jump higher than you, can run faster than you. Is taller than you and is stronger than you. DK Metcalf is a one-of-one type. He was getting compared to Calvin Johnson. He wasn't happy about it at the beginning of his career. Calvin Johnson physically, obviously, not anymore, but it's like, hey, I am physically imposing as well, which he certainly is. Is he still a guy? And how about Lockett? Is our team going to pick up both of them? And is it Russell Wilson with the Pittsburgh Steelers going to tie in DK Metcalf? Is that what's taking place?
Him and Lockett, very, very different positions right now. But shout out to Lockett, had a great, very productive career out in Seattle for a long time, was a dog. And DK Metcalf is a lot of tread, I think, left on his tire. And when you're game planning for Seattle or wherever he goes, he's still one of those guys that you can't let ruin the game, because at any point in the game he can go for 80 or 90 yards with his explosive ability. There are some things maybe on the sideline, attitude-wise, that you have to deal with here and there. But when you had Justin Jefferson on, usually that comes with a number one big-time wide receiver. But there hasn't been any, at least to my knowledge, any off-the-field things with DK since been in the league. And when you got a 27-year-old that can still take the top off of a defense, if you're a team out there, the Chargers maybe could even be a team that can get in on him and get an explosive weapon on the outside for Justin Herbert. But this is big news for the NFL for him asking out, because Jackson Smith and Jigba became clearly their number one guy out in Seattle last year.
Okay, so Jackson Smith and Jigba, obviously a star in the making and star rising in Seattle, especially with new coach and everything. Pete Carroll back in the league, by the way, at a different place, who's very interesting to think about. But they kicked Pete Carroll out, Ty Lockett gone. DK Metcalf going to be gone. It's only a matter of time before that is a whole new, operation. And I'm not saying it's not going to do well. McDonald. McDonald from Baltimore, defensive coordinator for the Ravens, now the head coach of the Seahawks, probably has a vision. Fan base, right?
Yeah, they lost him.
They kind of lost it last year.
Right? Because the Buffalo Bills came in there and stole.
And the Packers big time on Sunday Night Football.
Okay, so you're losing your fan favorites here, potentially. So you're going to have to rebuild. Like, that is going to have to be an actual thing. We'll be keeping our eyes on that.